Transition now. Hello. So, I will say that this will be a fairly interesting encounter, as of course it is the winner of the UEFA Champions League and the winner of the Europa League. This will be Chelsea's fourth Super Cup match, and they've only won one. It was the first one. They were back in 1998 when they won what was the Winners' Cup, which was obviously now known as the Europa League, and they beat Real Madrid. So yeah. Then you got Villarreal, who have turned into a very strong, formidable team in terms of, they knocked off Manchester United in the Europa League final, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams will go. Obviously, big transfer announcement of the signing of Romelu Lukaku going back to Chelsea, and interesting to see how that will go. So he's apparently on the flight to London to actually make the signing, but yes, so it should be all too well. Just making sure everything is all good. We've still got about 13 minutes remaining until the game does kick off. Just another reminder that no game footage will be shown. Oh, it's just popped up here anyway, so it should be all good. Yep, it should be alright. So yeah, so we're still going to be at 10 or so minutes remaining, so we will go through the current lineup. So this is what is the official starting 11 for both sides. You can get that all up in the grill. And yeah, if I can add to the title, what I might do is actually add to the title a bit no footage. So if I get to just so people don't get misled into clicking this type of video. There we are. I think that'd be good enough just to make sure we don't, make any sort of misleadings. This will be actually the first time watching football on Stan Sport, because Stan Sport has now got all of the European football rights for this. So far we've gotten a person thinking that Chelsea will claim this Super Cup title. So the now the actual stream is live. So it should be all good, ready to go. Interesting how this is taking place in Belfast, in Northern Ireland. A very interesting location. But the stadium looks to be pretty good. It will be interesting to see how this will actually go with the Super Cup for next season, because it's now the Conference League. So it'll be interesting to see how that will play into it, unless it turns into like a Europa League winner plays the conference league winner. Whoever wins that plays the Champions League winner, which honestly probably might be the actual situation. So Belfast, Northern Ireland, is where the UEFA Super Cup will take place. A fairly solid, decent crowd. There, I would assume there'd be a lot more Chelsea fans and Villarreal fans because of this taking place in the UK. And just casual reminders, just because we are a couple of minutes away from kickoff, no game footage will be shown due to copyright. So a fairly solid crowd. I'd probably say about maybe 60-70% capacity. Be interesting to see if there are any Villa. Oh, it looks like them. Yeah, I think there's people in yellow, so there is a substantial amount of Villarreal supporters, but they're all in one corner, while the rest are all probably Chelsea fans, and then the neutral people that do live in Belfast. Just realised I don't need the headphones. Well, admittedly, it is a very very. I don't think it'd be that far over the fair. I know Chelsea do play in a couple of days in the Premier League. I need to figure out actually who are there. Who are their first opponents? So Chelsea's first game is in 3 days' time as they take on they host Crystal Palace. Be interesting to see if they can actually get Romelu Lukaku to actually start in that match. So they're doing this whole United against Hate thing, and it's Rio Ferdinand's in the centre. I mean, I don't know why he's been selected. I don't know if he's some campaign or something. But they've got to the three. So they've got the three mantles. One in the middle is the Super Cup, and the other two, I'm assuming, will be the Europa League and the Champions League when both teams come out. Oh yeah, there is a lot of Chelsea fans there. Yeah, you got one section of on this. It's a bit weird. They've got there's one corner of the stand where one side of the goal is where there are Villarreal fans, but then there's on the one of the camera side fans. There's also a section of Villarreal fans. Why can't they just put all of them in that one stand? I don't know if it's a COVID issue or a safety issue. I'm not. But if it's if it's a safety issue, then. Bit of anything like that. So now, still waiting now. So what we can do is we can go through the actual lineups for both teams. So starting off with Chelsea, you have Mendy in goals, Zuma, Chalobah and Rudiger in the defence, Kante, Kovacic, Hudson-Odoi and Alonso in the midfield, and Ziyech, Havertz and Werner up in attack in a 3-4-3 formation. And their substitutes are Abraham, Kepa, Azpilicueta, Chilwell, Christensen, Emerson, Reece James, Jorginho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic and Thiago Silva. And for Villarreal, you got Asenio at goalkeeper, Pedraza, Pau Torres, Albiol and fourth in defence, Marino, Capo and Trigoros in the midfield, and Dia, Gerard Mourinho, and Pino up front in a 4-3-3 formation. And the subs are Alcazar, Cuenca, Estupinan, Gomez, Obora, Mandi, Mario Gaspar, Molanes, Nino, Pena, Raba, and Rulli. As now the referees now come out. Just another reminder before we go, no game footage is shown like at all through this, so this is all you're gonna see, this bloke. So Chelsea now coming out onto the field with N'Golo Kante as the captain, holding the Champions League trophy that they won against Manchester City. And now here come Villarreal. Coming out by, I believe, is Moreno. I think, I'm not too sure. Coming out holding the Europa League trophy, which they beat Manchester United to win. It was Albiol, sorry. The number 3, so... So in terms of the crowd disparity, there is definitely like a lot more Chelsea fans. Of course, I mean, it's not really that shocking. It's this game is in the United Kingdom. Basically, on the camera side north end, there's like a tiny section to the left where there is Villarreal fans, and then there's one goal side stand which is full of them, which is a bit of a... It's not full of, it's like half to capacity, which is a bit of an odd thing. And then the rest of the stadium is full of Chelsea fans. So I'm interested to see what happened. This is Chelsea's 5th Super Cup game, and they're looking to win their 2nd in their history, as they've gone on actually on a 3 Super Cup losing streak, winning their first one. Okay, I'm just realised no shaking hands, but of course I don't believe that would be due to a COVID protocol. So looking at the chat now again, as we're getting close to kickoff now, 2 votes have come in, and both are saying Chelsea will come out on top to win this Super Cup title. Interesting 3-4-3 formation here for Chelsea. And so the captains now Albiol and Kante. All 3 officials are from Russia. Sergei Karasev is the main ref, so it's going to be a coin toss. Villarreal chooses the coin, and they win the coin toss. So it looks like Villarreal will be running to the right side for the first half. I was about to say, they just cut immediately to a Heineken ad. Like, just before that, I was thinking, like, no way we're going to commercials just before the game starts. They did it in the middle of Villarreal's announcing the lineup for the starting 11. So, yep, Chelsea will kick off. No, it looks like Chelsea will be running this way, actually. No, it's Villarreal. Villarreal will be running the opposite end. So we're getting ready now. Just realised that this thing is actually covering the time, so I'll have to be vigilant. And the Chelsea players take the knee. Villarreal standing still. Oh, you can still kind of see. Okay, kick-off. We are underway between Chelsea and Villarreal. So it has popped up now. We've now gotten four votes now, and it's still all four going to supporting Chelsea. So Chelsea now with their defence, they're going to feed it off to Alonso. And they're passing around the defence. That's Zuma now with the ball. Chelsea basically trying to set the tempo and the momentum for this match. But Villarreal have picked the ball up here. But midfield now, and now Chelsea inside of the Villarreal attack. He's going to try to go for a switch over to Alonso. Alonso trying to control it, and he does. He run down near the 18. He's being chased by the number 8 of Foyth. And now they'll kick it back to Kante. He'll send it off to the right side of the field. Trying to see if they can try to get a cross into the field now, and Kante will definitely, that is the plan here for Chelsea, is to set the tone and just control possession. But you don't want to give away too many mistakes now. Villarreal trying to get a through ball here, and there's a potential run here, but it's tracking back here by the Chelsea defence. There's a pass down the line. They're inside the box just about, but the tracking back defence by Chelsea holds them out. Now Kante runs to the midfield with the ball. Villarreal's not a team you don't want to make too many mistakes against. Of course, I mean, I have first account witness of from the Europa League final. So they're going to kick it back now to the left side. To attempt to chip over the top, but it will believe I believe that was Havertz was offside, so it'll be falling to the feet of Asenio, the keeper for Villarreal. As we are now 2 minutes into this match, basically just kind of like kicking away the nerves, basically. So we're looking at now with the votes. It's shot up now. It's gone to 6. It's 83% to Chelsea. So I believe that somebody has voted for Villarreal. So there is a Villarreal supporter out there somewhere. So now Villarreal now with the ball with a nice switch there to, I believe that is Pedraza. Now they're going to kick it back. Now Chelsea seeing a lot of mirroring now from the Villarreal attack now, just trying to pass it around and set the momentum. And Villarreal have lost the ball there, and there's charging into the behind there, but it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea, which they will take quickly and set it back to Zuma and reset. So it'll be very interesting to see what does happen now. Of course, Romelu Lukaku is set to sign for Chelsea in the coming days. Apparently, from my report on Optus Sport, he's on the flight to get to London to make the contract signing. Should be a very big signing there for Chelsea, trying to maybe get the league as well as maybe a repeat in the Champions League. Or a bit of a late tackle there on Alonso, and the referee will award it, so it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea just inside of Villarreal's half. It was on Gerard Moreno, the number 8. Bit of a late hitter there. Of course, Chelsea have got a few players who are actually in the mix of the Euros final, but some of them are currently on the bench at the moment. You got Mason Mount, and who represented England, and you have Jorginho, who of course represented Italy in that game against Wembley. So we're now up to 9 votes now, and it's now 90% in favour of Chelsea. So still early in the game, still. No one's really reached out there. Now it's got up to 10%, so we'll have now no. So one person has voted in favour of Villarreal to 9 who have voted for Chelsea. So Chelsea controlling around their defence there. That is, I believe, is the number 2 of Rudiger. They're going to force it down the side now. Alonso has the ball, and now he's going to kick it back to the number 17 of Kovacic. Ball over the top here. Trying to get a whip in, and it's going to be cleared away. There's a long switch there, and it met the foot of the number 20 of Hudson-Odoi. He tried to whip it in, but it was blocked, and it will go out to a throw-in for Chelsea right near the corner flag. Damn. I felt that one person that voted for Villarreal will be in a bit of a bit lonely at the moment. So Chelsea now controlling the attack as we are now 5 minutes gone in this match. Oh, attempt to through ball here. Alonso trying to get a pass into the over the box, and it's going to be passed out by Villarreal, and it's going to be the first corner of the match. A beautiful through ball in there into Marcos Alonso, who tried to get a pass across goal, but no one got onto it, and it was discharged by the Villarreal defence. And it's going to be a whip in now. Ziyech whips it in. Oh, and it's fallen for a shot there, and it's a magnificent save by Asenio, and it's going to be batted out into the midfield. But Chelsea will regain possession. Very close there to making it 1-0 for Chelsea. It was Werner that got the shot off. I was wondering who the player was. He was getting guarded very closely by a Villarreal player. And he somehow gets his foot to the ball and gets a shot off. And now another whip in attempt there, but it's going to fall back into the midfield. And Chelsea again maintaining the control. It's the main thing they're definitely doing is just pressing it in, dominating the field and dominating the possession. I'm going to say possession a lot in this match. Now Alonso now on the near side gets pressured and will kick it back to Rudiger. Now gives it off to Zuma. As we're now 7 minutes gone in this matchup, still 0-0. And again, it's just not looking good for the man who voted for Villarreal being the only one. Now Chelsea again still controlling the ball. They're going to make a charge now. Kante to Hudson-Odoi. And now they're trying to find a way to break into the box here. There's 3 Chelsea players inside the box that they can try to... Oh, that's a terrible pass, but... Again, as soon as Chelsea lose it, they get the ball immediately back. And there's a switch now. Hudson-Odoi. Now going to try to take him on. Try to get a cross off. It's going to go all the way over, and it's going to be a throw-in to, I believe, Villarreal. So it's just a replay now of that shot. So Verma somehow gets boot to ball and just patted away there by Asenio. It was directly at him, but he could have very easily slipped in between his hand and off the post and in, and 1-0 to Chelsea. So with the signing, obviously, of Romelu Lukaku, it would definitely seem like Chelsea are definitely going to challenge for the league. Good control there by Alonso. Some good play. There's actually some fairly solid play from Chelsea at the moment. Now Kante. Give it to Havertz. It's another whip into the box, but no one gets their foot onto it. Kante wins the ball back here. Gets a shot off! And it goes wide outside the box. He's appealing to see if there was a deflection. And it won't be given, so it's going to be a goal kick now for Chelsea. No, for Villarreal, sorry. Kante wins the ball back from the defence, takes a shot off. That touches his hand, doesn't it? Oh, so it is a save, okay. No. Okay, bye-bye. Wait, hang on. So it was a save by Asenio, but it got ruled as a goal kick. Fair enough, as we're 9 minutes now gone. Now Villarreal now playing on the ball as the stream has gone to black. Up. Well, Stan Sport. Oh, there we go. Now it's come back. Okay. Stan Sport having a bit of technical difficulties. That's just the things you're going to have to deal with football coverage in Australia. So it's gone back. So we're now 10 minutes back onto the field. It's as I just got a shot of Unai Emery, the coach of Villarreal, formerly of Arsenal. And now the ball is down the far side, deep inside of Chelsea's half now. I think this is the first time the ball's nearly down there at the moment. And it's going to be actually a corner to Villarreal. This is the proper first chance now for Villarreal. Here comes the corner. It's whipped in. It has fallen to a Villarreal player, but he missed swings, and it's going to be attempted to be cleared away, but it's going to be picked up by Albiol. Gets a cross in, but it's going to be still more pressure now. It's up in the air, but Alonso is on there, and Chelsea clear it away. So I'm actually going to end the poll now, so it's been 10 minutes into the game, as it is the poll is finished. A 92% overall for Chelsea to win. Wait, hang on, what? That adds up to 99%. Well, I don't know. But, so now Villarreal now with possession after that first corner. Tried a bit of magic there, but it's going to go out and it'll be a throw into Chelsea, still inside of their own half. It'll be Alonso who will take the throw. So the ball's gone all the way up to Villarreal's keeper, who will kick it. And that's brilliant control there by Ziyech, who's able to keep it in. Now Villarreal have gotten the ball back. A potential counter-attack is on the cards here if they get it down to the far line of the number 14. But it's brilliant defence there by Hudson-Odoi, who actually who brings in the foul. Brilliant bit of play there. Just tracks it and then wins the foul on Pedraza. So the question being, in terms of it, especially with the Champions League this season, of course, obviously probably the biggest transfer in the history of football. So happening as Chelsea now on the attack, but it's going to be won away by Villarreal, by Capo. Is, of course, obviously Lionel Messi leaving Barcelona, which didn't think would happen, but here we are. Obviously, there is a lot of like financial issues with Barcelona. And I was just having a think, though, because I know Sergio Aguero is now going to Barca. I would find it very funny if Barcelona win the Champions League. I know it probably will not happen. Because if PSG does not win the Champions League this year, it will just be forever a joke of a team. So now the ball's gone back to the Chelsea keeper, and Chelsea now regain possession, now going to attack inside the Villarreal half as Kante gets a big barnstorming run, gives it off to Alonso. And the ball will go back to the number 17 of Kovacic, who does a switch now for Hudson-Odoi. They're going to pass it around now. I know this is fucking riveting commentary. I must say to myself, it's definitely like halfback The Simpsons commentary when it comes to soccer. Rudiger now with the ball. He would go for another switch, giving it off to Zuma. And almost getting through there, but Villarreal have regained possession. Now it's a through ball down the line now. No, not real support now at the moment for Villarreal as they enter the 18-yard box, but they're still going. And it's a brilliant pass there now to the number 21. And he tries to get a whip into the box, but it's going to go wide, and it's fallen into hands of Chelsea. And now Kante. It's good passing, trying to get out of hell's way, and the pass will go across goal side, and will go to Rudiger. And Rudiger now deep into Chelsea's half. Brilliant. It was a good press there by Villarreal, but it was just Chelsea being able to deal with it, of a player like N'Golo Kante. Now Rudiger now with the ball. Gives it off to Alonso. Alonso will give it back to Rudiger, who's tries to get a switch now for Hudson-Odoi. He will control it. Now they are in Villarreal territory now. The ball will be given to Kante. Now they're going to keep switching. This is, oh my god, this is amazing commentary. Rudiger now with the ball. He's giving it off to Almost a bit of a slip there from the number 17 of Kovacic, but he looks to be okay. He's still gotten the ball now, Chelsea. As Kovacic now has the ball, feeds it back to Zuma. Now Zuma will give it back to Rudiger. As they're now currently heavily trying to get a pass off here. That is Werner. We'll feed it back to Alonso. Now Havertz gives it off to Kovacic. And they're going to keep swapping it now to the far wing side. Hudson-Odoi to Kante, and they'll feed it back to their defence. It's Chelsea just trying to find the one ball into the box, but Villarreal very centred with their defence at the moment. That's good defence there by Villarreal, but it will be a Chelsea throw-in. Still deep into their there we are. Oh no, it's actually a throw into Villarreal. It's Foyth who will take the throw in. And the ball will go over the top of the suggested play. Now Chelsea will regain possession. As Kovacic now gives it off to Kante, who will now switch over to Chalobah. Now Hudson-Odoi will feed it back to Chalobah. Kante now trying to get a pass off to Hudson-Odoi, trying to find that one cross, Chelsea. Now that's going to be a free kick to Chelsea as the foul on Hudson-Odoi up that far side. It won't be a card, but yeah, he gets a bit clotted there by the number 24 of Pedraza. So now whipping opportunity now for Chelsea to take the lead. So Rudiger and Zuma sitting over the ball, looking to get a header onto it, potentially. Just trying to find a head onto the ball from this whip in for the free kick. There's about four Chelsea players in the box, and the referee, of course, plays a little bit of pushing and shoving at the moment. There's 4 Chelsea players in the centre compared to 6 defenders for Villarreal. And the whip in is in. It'll land on the head of a Villarreal player, but it has fallen back to the number 22 of Ziyech. Now Hudson-Odoi. And Hudson-Odoi, his player gets clotted. It's still up in the air. And it's a whip in laterally, but it will be picked up by Senyo. So crisis has been averted for Villarreal. So as we're now 19 minutes into this match, still 0-0. And now Villarreal definitely doing the good work of frustrating the opposition team. Just trying to get that one pass into the box, and it might just end up 1-0. Capo will draw the foul there on halfway. I'm trying to remember if this is the same Capo that played for Watford. I believe it might be. Villarreal will take it quickly though, but and that's gonna be a second foul drawn now. It's another card. It was on the number 7 of Gerard Moreno, Rudiger. Chelsea need to be a bit careful. It's 2 fouls given away within the space of 10 seconds. As Rudiger is getting a talk to by the Russian referee. So the free kick now, potentially, it's a little bit far away on this side, near halfway, but potential whip-in situation. Big line of Chelsea players now as we are almost at the halfway point of the first half. So here comes the whipping now for Villarreal. Can they find a header? It does find the head, but I believe it is of the number 15 of Zuma for Chelsea. And Chelsea will regain possession of the ball. Can they get a counter-attack off? But there's a lot of pressing at the moment here by Villarreal. As Kante wins a throw-in now for Chelsea, just shy of halfway. Still inside of Chelsea's half. There's showing here a shot of Unai Emery at the moment. Now Rudiger with the ball. We'll feed it back to Chalobah. And Chalobah will give it back to Rudiger. And now they have entered Villarreal's half. Now Mark Alonso gets a through ball there for a chance if they can try to keep it in, but it's going to go running out, so it'll be a goal kick to Chelsea. Villarreal, as RBL with good pressing there on Timo Werner. It's a good pass, but just coming in there and it's just getting it into the ball, and it's just brilliant defence there. So we're now at the halfway point of this first half. Not many chances to say. I think there was like the corner whip it and then the toe poke. Oh, it's a terrible ball there. Chelsea might have a chance here. Kante gets forced out wide. And they've got a whip in chance here. And Villarreal will head it away. That was almost a very terrible decision there by Villarreal with a pass that was picked up immediately by N'Golo Kante. Not a play you want to give the ball to. Alonso gets brought down, but he's kept the ball in. Fair play to him. And he'll get pushed down by the number 21 of Pino Emery. So it will be a free kick now to Chelsea, as the stream has looked like a buffered mess and has gone to black. This is actually like the first proper game at Stan, because Stan Sports just recently bought the rights to have the Europa League, the Champions League, and the Conference League in this match. And it's gone to black twice, but it's now back on, so it's a whip in, and it's now paused. And gone to black again, for fuck's sake. It's whipped in, it's just music, I don't know what's going on. For all we know, Chelsea could have scored. But the sound's going, not really. Okay, we're back. And it's a whip in there. It's fallen to the boot. Chalobah tries to get a shot off, but it's taken a deflection, and it will be a corner now for Chelsea. This will be their second of the match. So here comes the whip in now. Hudson-Odoi. There's the whip in. It's low and driven. It's gone straight to the feet of the first defender for Villarreal, who clears it away, and it'll be a throw into Chelsea. So they're going to pass down to the side now. That is Zuma. Now to Chalobah. Chalobah now gives it back to Zuma. Now to Kovacic. Now to Kante. Back to Zuma. Now to Rudiger, who now gives it to the number 29 of Havertz. Now Kovacic tries to get a whip in over for Hudson-Odoi. Odoi controls it. Takes it and almost slips over there, but maintains his control. He's giving it off to Havertz. Ziyech actually. Ziyech tries to get a whip in, but will win the corner for Chelsea. This will be their third of the match. It's a whip in. It's gone over the heads of everybody, and it's going to go out for a goal kick to Villarreal. So in terms of these in terms of like set pieces, Chelsea are in control. Chelsea have just been in control majority of the match. There was a little bit of a period where Villarreal did have a bit of a play. So stats there: 222 passes completed by Chelsea and only 44 by Villarreal. Kind of just shows how much of the ball has been in Chelsea's favour, and the goal kick there has just fallen straight back to Chelsea. As Kante now with the ball to Hudson-Odoi. Tries to go straight in, and Werner falls down. He's lying on his back. Is he injured or is he just frustrated? Now Marco Alonso. It's number 11, Werner. It's a whip in over here now. Cross. It's fallen to the shot. It's 1-0 to Chelsea. It's the number 22. It's Ziyech. The Champions League winners have gotten the first goal of the match. From Werner dropping back there, it was Marcus Alonso got slip in there. Ziyech coming in. Didn't get all of his boot on that, but it was enough to get the shot off. And 27 minutes gone, it is 1-0 to Chelsea. It's gone past by Werner, and the shot by Ziyech gets the shot off. Now we are 1-0 to Chelsea. All of the passes and the chances, so he didn't get enough onto it, but it was enough. He did get a little bit. He didn't get much of the ball, but he did get some of it, and it was enough to go into the top. It looked like he chipped it and meant it, but I don't think he just didn't make that much contact with the ball. As Unai Emery not happy, as Chelsea now go 1-0 up. I feel like the goal definitely is deserved as Hakim Ziyech. And now Villarreal trying to get an immediate response now. It's fallen to them. They keep going. Trying to get a pass in from the number 21. They're appealing a handball there for a block. Has fallen to Capo. And there's a shot by Villarreal, but it's going to go sky high. As the number 18, it was Moreno. Alberto Moreno. So there's the pass in there. Nah, nowhere near the hand. So Chelsea should win 3-0. Yeah, by the way it's going, that's probably definitely the most likely result, in all honesty. And it's one there now for Chelsea. They've got a counter attack opportunity here. Kovacic gives it off to Alonso. Getting pressured again by Villarreal. And this is not saying anything against like Villarreal. Villarreal done fairly well of trying to frustrate Chelsea. It's just that goal could just open up the floodgates. Now Chelsea now back to their defensive ways of not defensive ways, but passing the ball, trying to find a gap through a play. And Chelsea have the advantage in trying to get their first UEFA Super Cup trophy since 1998. Chelsea again still going with the possession. I'm trying to get through ball there for Alonso into the box, but it's too powerful. It will go out for a goal kick to Villarreal. The pass there from Ziyech. So it's fed the brew there by Havertz. It misses Werner, and it falls to Ziyech. He clips it with his left boot, but then he just gets a little bit on it as he does gang signs, I think, was what he did. And it's, that's a big tackle there. It's a advantage played here by Villarreal now. And Chelsea have come back really well, but the ball's fallen back to Villarreal, and it took a deflection off Rudiger, but it almost crawled into the to the top bins, but is saved very well there by Mendy. As we are now 30 minutes gone into this matchup. I definitely feel if Chelsea do get a goal within the if Villarreal if they hold Villarreal scoreless and Chelsea get another goal into this first half, it'd probably be very hard for Villarreal to come back into this. The ball somehow stayed in, but now is eventually brought out by the number 7 of Gerard Moreno, and it'll be a throw into Chelsea deep inside their own half. And it's going to be thrown back to their goalkeeper of Mendy. Mendy now will give it off to the number 15 of Zuma. Now to Rudiger. Chelsea again just maintaining this entire possession. I think that the stats were it was a 70. I think it was over a 73 or a 78% percentage rate for Chelsea so far in this match. Now Marco Alonso. Chelsea now does good press there on Havertz, and it'll cause a throw into Villarreal. It will be interesting to see how Chelsea will line up in their first Premier League match in a couple of days as they host Crystal Palace. Should definitely be interesting on how that will go. There's Villarreal now with possession. Kind of doing a bit of a revenge thing, kind of what Chelsea have done for them for most of the match, just passing it around, trying to find a gap, but they are being heavily pressed by Chelsea at the moment. And now passing by Villarreal, they now entered Chelsea's half. Trying to get a pass down now. It's a big charge here for Villarreal. They get a pass through, chip almost over the one-on-one opportunity, but it's a big save by Mendy. And just like that, it could have very well been 1-1. But Chelsea's, and another whip-in attempt in from across the field, but Chelsea able to defend it. Brilliant save there by Mendy. It was a good release down near the middle, and there was a save by Mendy. And just like that, it could have very well gone past. They just showed the shot of a Villarreal fan reacting to that, and I do remember, I think the last word was punta, so that's the only Spanish I know. So it's a cleared away now, and Chelsea now have a throw in deep inside of Villarreal's half now. As we are now 12 minutes away before added time for the first half. There hasn't been that many stoppages, so it'll probably be like 2 minutes. Unless something big happens in this match. Now Rudiger with the ball. It's off to Marco Alonso. Rudiger. Then to Kovacic, who will send it up to the other side for Zuma. To Hudson-Odoi. Now back to Zuma. Now Villarreal putting a bit of a press on at the moment, which has forced Chelsea to give it back to their keeper. Now Chalobah will give it off to Kovacic. He goes for an over-the-top ball now to Alonso. It will fall for him. Alonso try to get a whip in there down the middle, but it will be cleared away by Villarreal, and Villarreal will retake possession. But Chelsea have stolen it back. Havertz, it's a shot! Falls to Alonso, but is saved right at the bottom corner. Asenio with a brilliant save there. That could have very easily been 2-0, and it's going to be a corner for Chelsea. Asenio with a save, which was the ball was behind him. And if he didn't get a hand to that, that was going straight into the bottom left corner. So this will be, I believe, the 4th corner now for Chelsea. And it's going to be taken short. And a force Alonso. And Alonso will get brought down by the number 16 of Dia. So it's going to be a free kick now for Chelsea. So probably about 25 yards out down near this side. So whip-in is probably going to happen, but still a very possibility of a shot. So there is a line of Villarreal players. It looks like it's Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi over the ball. Ziyech whips it. Oh, and it falls to the boot of Zuma. But it goes sky high and it'll be a goal kick to Villarreal. But it's starting to look a bit dangerous now for Villarreal. Would have been a brilliant shot if that go went through. So now we're now into the final 10 minutes of the first half. So in terms of 6 shots to 3 in favour of Chelsea, 3 shots on target to Villarreal's 2, as it's going to be a Chelsea throw in now. But Chelsea getting extremely high press by Villarreal there, and it has worked for Villarreal as they've gotten the ball now for a throw in. Capo now with a switch over the top now. So now Villarreal will enter Chelsea's half. Now it's the 21 now of Pino. And they're going to force it back to their defensive line. Chelsea just not giving that much of a press onto the passing attack, but they don't need to at the moment. Now N'Golo Kante. That's a barge in the back. And Kovacic gets brought in. Is it a free kick? So Kovacic was running to pick up the ball. Gets bodied from behind on the number 16 of Avdia. And I believe it's a free kick to Villarreal for a handball. Very interesting decision there. Now Villarreal, I wouldn't say they need a goal, but they definitely need to. There's a whipping over the top here, and Alonso trying to dispose of it, but it gets cleared out, so it's going to be. Is it a goal kick? No, it's going to be a corner for Villarreal. I believe this will be the second corner for them in this match. Will be definitely against the. It definitely will be against the run of play if Villarreal do get a goal, but it can happen. And there's the whip in. And it's been cleared away by Chelsea. N'Golo Kante was the player who cleared it. Hang on, the referee has made a stoppage. As it looks like potentially, as number 22 Ziyech is down on the ground, clutching his right shoulder. Potentially something may have happened in that that passage of play. So we could potentially, maybe, be seeing the first substitute of the match. So Ziyech goes in running. It was the number 8. It was Foyth. Jumps up to the ball. Ziyech's shoulder was into him, so maybe it might have jarred put his shoulder in an unnatural position. So yeah, it might have just been nothing on Foyth's fault, but it's probably potentially have probably just jarred it a little bit. And it looks like there is going to be a substitute, or there is a Chelsea player now warming up. Just trying to figure out who it is. It looks like it is Pulisic. No, it's not. It's a 9. It's number 19. I believe it's going to be Mason Mount, who might be coming on for Ziyech. Oh, this doesn't look good. Ziyech has just been given the green whistle for morphine. So something must have happened. It might have popped it out of its socket, maybe. So this may be a little bit more serious than we think. He is on the green whistle, so he must be in a lot of pain. Yeah, he does not look good at all. So there definitely will be a big amount of added time for this first half, probably about 5 minutes, and they're just showing now the goal he scored, which was brilliantly set up there by Havertz. He mishits it with his left, and then it flicks off his right boot and then goes in. Ziyech now still. Oh no, by the way it's looking, he is injured. And it's going to be a stretcher coming on, so it will be a substitute if I believe. So Ziyech will be coming off, and I believe it will be Mason Mount that will come on and replace him. I may not be shot. He's put his arm wrapped up in like some kind of sling. He may have dislocated something, maybe even his wrist because he had that arm on the back of Foyth when he was coming on. So something might have happened, unfortunately, there. But big respect for him as he has gotten the opening goal for this matchup. Nope, okay, so it wasn't Mason Mount that was getting warmed up. It's actually Christian Pulisic. They were showing footage of a number 9 of a 9 of the person getting a massive talking to. It was either going to be Tammy Abraham or Mason Mount, but the player was white, so I assumed it was Mount. But no, it's actually Christian Pulisic who's come on to replace Ziyech. So that'll be the first substitute of the match. There's probably going to be about 5 minutes of added time on. So now as we enter now the 43rd minute, the 44th technically of play, and I think basically it's just going to be passing around until half time. Oh, it's a big clot there by Rudiger, and it looks like the number 21 of Pino. Was that a penalty? And all the Villarreal players are coming in. Oh, hang on. It looks like a card might be in place. Rudiger has had a talking to. And it will be a yellow card for Rudiger. I believe it was just outside of the 18-yard box, so it could have been a potential penalty situation. He was going for the ball, and he just accidentally comes in and clarts him. It's a free. So, just editing a slide for half time. And now the coach just got a yellow card. Oh, I just realized. Oh, sorry. Sorry, everyone. Just bit busy. So Tuchel not happy with that. So it's going to be 3 minutes of added time now. Free kick right on the edge of the box now for Villarreal. So it's number 14. It is Trigueros who's sitting at the ball. And a big potential here for Villarreal to get a goal right on the break. To probably change a lot of the momentum for this match. So here comes the free kick. Alberto Romano left it, and Trigueros took the shot, but he gets headed straight, whipped in straight into a Chelsea player, and it's a throw in to Villarreal, still inside of Chelsea the half, however. A very wasteful free kick, as we've now got 2 minutes remaining until half time. It was only 3 minutes of added time for the injury of Ziyech. Now Villarreal with the momentum at the moment. Can they potentially get a goal before the end of the first half? As they're currently holding it in their defence. Now they've moved it up to Foyth, who's getting it off to the number 14 of Trigueros. So Villarreal now trying to figure out a pass in, but Chelsea holding firm at the moment. Just as soon as Villarreal get a pass into the Chelsea's half, it's just they've got nowhere to pass it to. They immediately just pass it back to their defensive line. So yeah. So now Villarreal, good bit of run now. Yenemy, a lot of pressure now on Villarreal, but they've still got the ball inside of Chelsea's half now, as we're now 50 seconds away from the half-time whistle. And Chelsea are able to get the ball away. And the ball will be sent up into the air. And it's play on here. As the Villarreal player did go down, but the ball will be sent up. It'll be a throw-in now to Villarreal, deep inside of their own half. As there's 20 seconds remaining, I think it's probably one more chance, and then it will be half-time. It's passed down now to the side. It's now Foyth with the ball. Left it off to Trigueros. Now, that was Trigueros. Now, Villarreal now inside of the box, down the far side. It's a whipping over the top here. It's fallen to a player. It's off the crossbar and out. That had to be so close to being in. But Villarreal still with possession now. Still fallen to them. Now take another shot and it will go wide. And that will be the half-time whistle. It is 1-0. Let's just have a look at the shot. Bounces off the crossbar. Absolute power. But bounces about a metre in front of the line. That could have very easily been 1-1. But anyways, bit of a tumultuous end there with a bit of situation. So that is the half-time whistle. And it remains 1-0 to Chelsea. So what I'm going to do now is just going to take the half-time break, and we will be back for the second half of this matchup. So, I don't know. Get drinks, get popcorn, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, we are now just about ready for the second half. Just a casual reminder, no game footage is being shown. Just throwing it out there. It will just be me, just a watch along kind of thing, basically. So, yeah, that's all. This is it. So, if you're looking for game footage, this isn't the place for you. So from the highlights so far, so Ziyech did get the first goal around the 26th minute mark, but unfortunately has come down with an injury and has been replaced by Christian Pulisic. And we're underway now for the second half as Villarreal are running to the right of the screen and have just kicked off the match. Chelsea now had the fair amount of the possession in terms of passing and just strangle holding the ball. So Villarreal did have a little bit of momentum coming into the last bits of the first half, so hopefully they want to carry that on and create more chances to defeat Chelsea. Is now an attempted pass down there has been cleared away by Kante, and it'll be a corner to Villarreal. So, this is the first minute of the second half, and it's the number 18 of Foyth. No, 18 of Marino, sorry, Alberto Marino. Whipped in there, sorry about that. But it was cleared away, but Villarreal still have possession now of the ball. Capo trying to get to the ball, but Chelsea have regained it. But a bit of a terrible ball. Clear there, so it's going to be Villarreal's possession now, still inside of Chelsea's half. So Villarreal still trying to find a way to get a throw in here. So that just talks about that. So it'll be 8 years since 8 years in this game since Romelu Lukaku has played in this game, played for Chelsea. So there is a sling on Ziyech, so hopefully he won't be out for too long for Chelsea's sake, as there was a free kick there for Chelsea right on halfway. So you got to feel very interesting. I definitely feel like, even though Chelsea are the defending champions, I think they should be still considered like the dark horse in terms of actually being potentially doing a double. Still definitely possible. I mean, ball over the top there for Alonso. Now Chelsea deep inside of Villarreal's half now. It's a brilliant run there. It's a shot! And it's just gone wide there for Chelsea from Havertz. And just like that, Chelsea switched on. They're getting the first chance of the game as Havertz's shot just hits the side netting. It'll be a goal kick to Villarreal. Havertz just takes the run and just bullets it, and it just hits the side netting. Now Villarreal need to... I don't know what... It's going to be hard to decide what Villarreal need. Either to just like control the ball or do something, or doing something different. It's going to be a bit of a hard thing to decide on what they're going to do. And now its stream has now gone pause, and it's gone to coverage starts too. That's the third time it's done at this match. Well done, Stan Sport. You're doing really well in your first broadcast of like a big football match. For those who don't know what the music is going on, it's basically Stan Sports coverage is being a bit shafted. Hello, what are you doing here? I don't know, Crypto, I'm just chilling. So Chelsea have regained possession here as we're now 4 minutes gone into the second half. Rudiger trying to get a pass off to Havertz, trying to get to Alonso, but Villarreal have regained it. Not many enough people forward to form an attack, but they do win the ball a little bit further up and get a throw in. Some expert there from Gerard Moreno. So now... Oh, this is a terrible pass there from Villarreal. Now Chelsea with a throw in deep into Villarreal's half now. And a chance to control more of the momentum. Now it's gone to their defence, so Zuma now with the ball. Will give it back to Chalobah. Feeds it down to Hudson-Odoi. Will give it back to Chalobah. And then the pressure will feed him back to the keeper of Mendy. Oh, and it's a bit of a dodgy pass there by the goalkeeper for Chelsea. That's gone straight out. It'll be a throw into Villarreal. I will say though, Villarreal definitely need to switch something on here, because they had a throw in really deep into Chelsea's half, but have just thrown it immediately back to the halfway line. It just shows how intimidating and good this Chelsea defence is. The press is just being very palpable now. Again, right, just they're still inside of their own half. They're not even haven't even ventured the ball into Chelsea's half yet. This ball they do now. And now try to get a through ball there. It's come off a Chelsea play. Now Villarreal now. Alberto Moreno. It was a 50-50 on Chalobah. And Chalobah strongs out, and it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea. Good defence there from Chalobah. As we're now 6 minutes gone into the second half. It's going to be a big kick here by Mendy. And Mendy has slipped over here. And it's a free ball now for Villarreal. It's a one-on-one. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. It's at the post, sorry. What a chance there for Gerard Moreno to equalise. And it smacked the post. Almost a terrible mistake there for Chelsea as Mendy takes the goal kick, slips over, gives the ball straight to Villarreal, and then a free ball one-on-one by Gerard Moreno. Gets it past Mendy and smacks the far post. That was very close. That is the closest chance so far this game that has not been given a goal. So Villarreal now, the momentum is currently now in their favour. But Chelsea will win the ball back here. A potential counter-attack opportunity here, but the ball goes begging and it will go to the Asenio, the Villarreal keeper, who boots it up in the air. And the ball will be headed back for Chelsea, back to their keeper. That was such a good chance there for Villarreal. Mendy's still holding on to the ball there, and he sends it up to the midfield. So definitely will say at this moment, Villarreal with the momentum. Which is kind of fitting because right near the end of the first half, they actually had the momentum as well, and had the shot that came off the crossbar and bounced out. Bit of a late charge there. It's attempt a ball over the top at Chelsea. Also holding on here. That's a brilliant steal there by Kante. Now Chelsea could be on a counter-attack. Now they fed it back there. It's to Werner. Gives the Hudson-Odoi. Now Kante. We'll feed it back to Chalobah. Back to Kante. Deep inside of Villarreal's half. They'll feed it back to Kovacic. Now to Rudiger. Rudiger tries to go for a shot himself, and he absolutely skies it. Oh, it was a save. Okay, I thought it actually... That was... Okay, so Gerard Moreno takes a shot, and it was actually a fingertip save by Mendy that gets it onto the post. So that's a very good save for them. Villarreal now, again deep inside. of Chelsea's half, but it was an easy save there for Mendy. So I thought it was just a miss, but no, it was actually a save. So fair play there to Mendy. Now Chelsea with the ball on the midfield. And they're making some mistakes at the moment. Villarreal now definitely back into this. Now Chelsea now on the counter-attack. It's a 4-on-4 if they can get that ball to fall, but it won't. Hurry up with the Chelsea shit. I will admit that in the last 20 minutes of this match, they have not been great. And now Villarreal now with the counter-attack. They are inside of Chelsea's half. It's a whip in there. And Dia was there, but a big defensive block there by Chalobah sends it over the bar, and it will be a corner to Villarreal. The momentum has been in their favour for the last 15 minutes of this first half. Almost scoring and having several chances. Now it's the number 18 is Alberto Moreno. Now for a corner, takes it short, it's whipped in, and the ball will just bobble into the 18-yard box, and it will fall back to the defensive line of Villarreal. There's Capo. Oh, it's a bit of a dodgy pass there. Now N'Golo Kante now has the ball. Now Chelsea, the Chelsea passes aren't going well enough. I mean, the Kante ones are going well. It's just the others are just not working. Now Villarreal again have possession. Now Capo will feed it back to their defence. Would have definitely been interesting to see a of the well, what was I going to say? Of the what was it? It would be interesting to see of how much that injury did affect them. So it's a free kick there for Chelsea from that foul on the number 3 of Albiol. And it's going to be the first substitute now for Villarreal, as the number 24 of Pedraza will come off and will be replaced by the number 12, I believe, of Estupinan. So Chelsea now with possession around their... And again, it's just the passes are not working for Chelsea. Villarreal just need to make Chelsea pay with their mistakes. Now chip over the top here now. Big tackle there by Chelsea. That was a big tackle there to potentially stop that attack. And now Capu. So it looks like they're playing an advantage there from that foul on Capu. And the ball whipping there to the side has gone out. It'll be a throw in now to Chelsea. As Capu's still on the ground. But he looks to be okay. Didn't look that bad, to be fair. So he's back up. So Hudson-Odoi now with the throw-in now for Chelsea. Deep inside of Chelsea's own half. And again, in terms of these 50-50s, it just keeps falling for Villarreal at the moment. And now it's a number 12 of the Stupinan who's just come on the field. It's a Capu now. Villarreal now maintaining the control here as we now enter the final 30 minutes until added time. Chelsea now under the pump at the moment, but so far the defence has held on. To whip it over the top here. Didn't fall for a header there for Dia, but it is cleared away by Chelsea. Maybe that's what's going to be happening. It's just going to be all these attacks, and then Chelsea going to held on for the win. And it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea right near the corner flag. As the number 21 of Pino's giving fair amount of boots there. And it's going to be a yellow card here for the number 21 for Villarreal. So far, only 2 yellow cards have been dished out so far this match. The ones being the one for Rudiger and the one that's just been given out to Pino. As there's the free kick by Chelsea, basically just hoofed into the midfield. And it's a header on here, but it gets to now for Villarreal. But a good defensive win there for Chelsea. Hudson-Odoi now, down the line. Going to keep on going. There's a whip in there over the top. But no Chelsea players really to do anything dangerous with it. So Villarreal now. It's just Chelsea's just been sloppy this second half. Now it's Villarreal now with a counter attack. It's a good pass there. Can Villarreal keep it in? They will not. But it's Drum Reno. Couldn't give it to a draw a corner, so it is a goal kick to Chelsea. As we're now 28 minutes remaining into this match. So now Villarreal now with their defence. So now the possession now is 56-44. So Chelsea still have majority control of the possession, but only just by a little bit. Now it used to be in the 70s for Chelsea in the first half, but now Chelsea with the ball inside of Villarreal's half. And it's been given back to Chalobah now for the Chelsea defence. Now Hudson-Odoi. And it looks like a foul. It's going to be a free kick now for Chelsea. As Pulisic is down from a foul.
Only 22, Pulisic. He spent some of his early years in England. He had a spell, believe it or not, playing at Brackley Town in Northamptonshire.
So it's going to be a free kick now about probably 28 yards out. It's not exactly centre, so can be whipped in, but it is potentially possible for a shot to come off.
Soccer-playing parents who was born in Pennsylvania. Does a lot of good charity work, has an autistic brother. Gives a lot of
So there's a chip over the top by Alonso. Trying to find a header, but it's a foul there by Zuma, so it's going to be a free kick to Villarreal as we're now 26 minutes remaining until added time. So we are near the halfway point of the second half, and it looks like it's going to be 3 subs now for Chelsea. So N'Golo Kante is coming off. And Kante will be coming off for Jorginho. The the European, the Euro winner.
Absolutely outstanding as usual.
And now the
Relay a quote from another commentator.
so now 11 and 19. So number 11, Timo Werner, is now coming off, and will be replaced by number 19 of Mason Mount. And there'll be a third substitution in this substitution bracket. It will be Zuma coming off, and will be replaced by number 4 of Christensen. So 4 substitutes now have been made for Chelsea, and only 1 been made by Villarreal still, as we've now got 25 minutes remaining in, until added time, of course, till the first.
It's adopting a more central position now. Mount is on.
So now Villarreal now with their ball in their defence. So even still at the moment, Villarreal still having a little bit of more control in this match. And there's a kick there by Asenio. Sends the ball up into the field.
Jorginho, European champion with Italy.
Now Jorginho with the ball.
Armband from Conte.
Fitting out for a potential switch now for Chelsea. Hopefully with these subs that Chelsea can potentially just maintain control and just see out this match.
Christensen was slotted into the centre.
No, Chalaba
Thiago Silva in the first half.
gives it off to Christensen.
Thigh injury since
And Villarreal have won it back though. I just don't know. These passes just haven't been working for Chelsea in this entire half. So now Villarreal now trying to cross into the Chelsea half.
almost at the midway point in the second half. Chelsea in front with that goal from Hakim Ziyech after 27 minutes.
Let's hitch over the top ball here for Villarreal.
Arm injury.
But the defence there of Rudiger maintains.
Some work again by Antonio.
Now Chelsea still again with the pass now. Jorginho gives it out to Marco Alonso. Gets a ball over the top here. The Villarreal keeper does come out and diffuses it. Could have very easily been a charge there by Mason Mount. Now Villarreal on the other side now. Got to play Dia now. Gets a shot off and it's gone straight at Mendy. And it'll fall black, and Alberto Moreno tries to get a shot on again, but takes a deflection. It'll be another corner now for Villarreal.
In the second half. Good covering of the near post by Mendy. But Chelsea just a little bit slack in the wide areas.
So another corner now for Villarreal. It'll be taken by the number 14 of Trigueros. It'll be short, however.
Taking the corner kick. Alberto Moreno. Estupian.
They're still playing now. Here's a whip in. Trying to find a head of Villarreal, but Chelsea able to clear it away.
Danish international, another of those who featured at the European Championship.
Now Villarreal now still in the attacking half of Chelsea.
Not closing enough to stop the cross.
Beautiful pass there down to the side to get a shot off Gerard Moreno. But it takes a big deflection and falls back. But Villarreal again with the ball.
Estupian having a go.
But Chelsea just holding on still.
Must be desperate, need a little bit of calm, get the foot on the ball, make a succession of passes. Try and
They're
get
playing a bit erratically, Chelsea, I will say. And now Villarreal have gotten the ball back again. Dia now with the ball. Gives it off to the number 12 of Estupinan. And again, just Villarreal are just controlling this game.
defenders playing far higher up the field now. Villarreal always a chance they might get caught. But they're supporting very well now. The first time we've seen some good play by Dia.
Again by Villarreal, it's just trying to get in, and now it's a big clot there by Chabala to send the ball out of the way. I believe it's a throw-in, but it's going to be a substitute now. I believe for Villarreal there will be. So it's a double change for Villarreal. The number 23 and the number 2 are coming on. So Mario Gaspar and Gomez will both be coming on, as Etienne Capel will come off. And the other substitute is Trigueros. So 2 attacking midfield changes there for Villarreal as we enter the final 20 minutes of the match. What Chelsea just need to do is just need to get the ball and just control the pace of the game like they did in the first half. It's just I don't know what's happened. It's as soon as Ziyech came off, all of a sudden Villarreal's just had all the possession, all the chances. There's an attempted whip in there, and it's picked up by Mendy. No troubling him. Definitely will be interesting to see what kind of changes this will bring for Chelsea with the signing of Romelu Lukaku. That's ball over the top here. Now Chelsea trying to get a shot off. That was very audacious there, but it just rolls to the feet of Asenio, and I won't do much challenge for him at all. So now Villarreal now with the possession now in their defence. And now, what do Villarreal need to do? It's just they're just getting everything. It's just they can't get the exact shot off. Is their only issue. And the ones they are, it's just basically dot shot straight at Mendy. An attempt to chip over the top there for Villarreal, and it just falls straight to the head of the Chelsea defence. And now Chelsea, again with the ball, but they keep losing it. It's been the story of this second half so far. Now Villarreal now trying to get a pass off into that 18-yard box, but it's blocked again by Chelsea. And Villarreal get the ball back again. Oh, brilliant pass! And it's a brilliant goal for Villarreal. It's 1-1 as Gerard Moreno gets the goal. It was coming. It was coming. Brilliant bit of play there. It's just Chelsea have just been under the pump for the last nearly 30 minutes, and it finally cracks and gets a goal. And just like that, it's 1-1. Dia with a brilliant back flick to Gerard Moreno, puts it in the top corner. 30 goals last season for Villarreal. And he gets his first one of this campaign. Brilliant place there. No one was going to save that. Oh, and it's actually just grazes the post down. And just like that, it is now 1-1 with 15 minutes remaining. Well, that celebration from Mourinho won't get interpreted as something racist. Basically just grabbed his things and stick his tongue out. Surely someone on Twitter is going to think, oh, it's a monkey reference. So just like that, the momentum of Villarreal has officially helped them. And now it's a 1-1 continuance. So by the way things are looking, either we are going to go to extra time, or Villarreal may get a second goal and win the whole Super Cup. And now it's over the top ball attempted by Villarreal. Chelsea need to switch on now. It's going to be a throw in now for Chelsea inside of Villarreal's half.
Chelsea's losing influence of Kante. Lost that ascendancy in the middle of the field. To be fair, when he was on the field in the second half, he was also beginning to sit a little bit.
So momentum now as we enter the final 15 minutes. Chelsea now with a bit more of the ball possession, which is something they definitely need. As Chalobah gives off to Hudson-Odoi. Now to Jorginho. Back to Odoi. Back to Chalobah. Potential pass up now the line here for Chelsea. Attempted whipping, but Villarreal, even their defence has definitely stepped up as well. It's a potential shot there by Chelsea, but after a bunch of deflections, it does fall to the hands of Asenio.
It's the first time he's really been brought into action in this period. Mason Mount's in a kind of a lazy left position at front.
So now 14 minutes remaining until added time, and we potentially might be looking at extra time and even potentially penalties.
Just play a game of chess.
Oh, a bit of a bad ball there from Villarreal. Chelsea now with the ball. Pulisic now. Tries to get a pass off. Falls to Odoi. Whipped it into the area. And it's going to be cleared away by Villarreal. Chelsea have just... I don't know what has happened. I think they brought off Kante a little bit too early, in my honest opinion. Now Hudson-Odoi now down low at the moment. Now feeds it off. Oh, brilliant turn there by Havertz. Havertz still with the ball. Trying to get a corner, but it stays in. And Villarreal now have possession deep in Chelsea's half. No, deep in their own half, sorry. So now Chelsea now doing what they definitely needed to do now is control the momentum. I think that that goal was probably the best thing to happen. Not the best thing to happen to them, but it's the foot up the arse that they needed. Yeah, it's going to be a free kick now to Villarreal on the edge of the 18 for a bit of a poke there. So now 12.5 minutes remaining until added time. Will be interesting to see what Chelsea can, or Villarreal can do. Yeah, since that goal, the momentum's now shifted sort of middle now. So the ball's gone into the box for Chelsea. It's the number 16 there. Of Dia with a brilliant assist there for that goal.
Senegalese Dia was very influential in that goal. It was a very clever back heel.
It is a bit odd with the whole, like, how they set up this the whistle has sounded. I don't know what for. I think it was going to go out, so it's a bit throw into Chelsea. What the whistle went for? Now, Chelsea now potentially on the attack. Rudiger now with a blitzing run now. Alonso gets fouled, and the referee doesn't give it. Very interesting call there. But Chelsea are now with the momentum and holding on to it. So can there be a potential, like a last-minute winner? And now Chalobah with the ball for Chelsea as they enter Villarreal's half. Now with this second half, it's now definitely looking a lot more even than it was in the first half. Chalobah now to Pulisic, and he draws the ball to go out for a throw. It's going to be a corner for Chelsea. The first set piece for Chelsea in a while, as the ball does come off the number 4 of Pau Torres.
Didn't do himself justice. There he is, eye on the ball.
Oh no, it did come off the knee of Pulisic, but it's going to be a corner.
Pulisic didn't get behind him.
So it's going to be Marcus Alonso. He will take it. There's the whip in. Ball's gone high in the air. Punched away by the keeper, but it's fallen back to Chelsea. And Chelsea with a switch to Hudson-Odoi. Now Alonso with another whip in. Trying to find a header. It's punched away again by Acerjo. And now Jorginho with the control to make sure that Villarreal do not get on the counter-attack. But a Villarreal player now on the ground. As 2 of their players are actually looking a bit worse for wear, so maybe I think Villarreal just trying to waste time and potentially send it to penalties and have the better bottle than Chelsea. And it looks like it'll be another sub now for Chelsea.
Coming on to lead the Chelsea charge in the last 10 minutes of normal time, maybe extra time.
So it's the number 28, Azpilicueta will be coming on. And it'll be replacing the number 20 of Hudson-Odoi. A bit of experience now coming onto the field for Chelsea. And I believe there'll be the final substitute now for Chelsea, as that is 5.
He'll be well known to all of the Villarreal team, who started with 8 Spanish players in the team tonight. 1 Senegalese, 1 Argentinian.
Whipping over the top here from Jorginho. Villarreal trying to control the number 21. There was shouts for a handball potentially by Pino. But again now, 8 minutes now remaining until added time. Chelsea again with momentum. But it's just about doing something with that momentum. As it took 30 minutes of momentum for Villarreal to actually get a goal. So who knows what might happen. As number 21, Pino gets the ball. It's a bad pass there from Villarreal as it goes out. It'll be a throw-in to Chelsea. And Pino's down on the ground. So it's on the number. Was it Pulisic? No, Havertz. Oh, so that's only like a clip of his hand and he goes down like he's been sucker punched. Fair enough. So Chelsea now. Jorginho with the ball, trying to get some kind of attack going as we've now got 7 minutes until added time. Pass out to the line now. Azpilicueta tries to get a whip in, but the ball will be deflected. It will be a corner now for Chelsea, as we're now 6.5 minutes remaining.
Resilient team, Villarreal. Since 2013, they've only been out of the top 7.
So Marco Alonso will take this corner.
It's a remarkable record for a club that only gets 20-odd thousand people and has a population of 50,000.
It's a whip in. And it's fallen to Jorginho, but it's come off a deflection. Hits a Villarreal player. They whip it over the top. Marco Alonso with the header. And it will go to the hands of Asenio. So Villarreal continue to hang on. So if Jorginho, it hit his shin. Chelsea, hang on. It's a potential that it was Pino. He's put his hand up to block the ball, potentially handball. But there is double sub now for Villarreal. As Alberto Moreno now comes off for the number 6 of Milanese.
Alberto Moreno is coming off. Fantastic hit just before half-time, which thudded the underside of the crossbar. That'd be Archer.
So this will be the final two. So Manu Morales is the player that will replace him.
To leave for Villarreal.
And there's going to be one more.
It's with Almeria in the second division in Spain. They exercise their buyout.
As Dia now, who did the assist to that goal for Marino, comes off and will be replaced by the number 17 of Rabba. And that should be the final substitutes for Villarreal, as they're now on 5-on-5 for both teams, all of them being used.
Is coming on.
So we're now 5 minutes remaining until added time. I think there'll be probably like 3 or 4 minutes of added time, and then extra time, and then penalties. I will say, if I was to choose one of the teams to get a goal, I'd definitely feel it would be Chelsea, because the momentum over the last 10 minutes has been in their favour. But
In the centre of midfield.
in this game, you never know. You just never know.
Danny Rabba. Also on. Featured in the final against
So now 4 minutes down now.
just 2 appearances in the
Villarreal now trying to regain control. They're passing it around their defence and goalkeeper.
who's been
That is just hit there. Now Villarreal.
second tier rather in Spain in Sevilla.
Chelsea have regained the ball, however. Inside of Villarreal's half. Now Havertz. Chelsea hit. Oh no, this is riveting commentary. Chelsea now going over the top, but it's going to be headed away by Villarreal, and it's a throw into Chelsea. As the binman is rocked up. Now Jorginho sees the switch now to Chaloba. Chaloba now trying to get a cross in there. But a bit of miscommunication there from Villarreal, so it's going to be a throw-in now to Chelsea, right near the corner flag.
Towards the Villarreal penalty area. Christensen. Now Rudiger.
No, it's Chelsea now. 2.5 minutes remaining until added time. I kind of don't want to do another 30 minutes of this. Come on, I want a goal in injury time. Chalobah now with the ball. Jorginho. It's a 2-on-1, up 1-on-1, but I believe it was an offside there by Chelsea.
Is now raised. You didn't know that?
Looked fairly clear. There are 2 Chelsea players left.
Yeah, they're way offside there for Chelsea.
But even then, Aseno was equal to it. There's Pulisic. You think that he should play maybe wider, where he uses that electric pace that he has.
So here comes the goal. Oh, the free kick actually from Villarreal.
Midfield mash.
As we're now entering the final 90 seconds of the match
Attacking
until added time.
exploit any defender's lack of pace.
Might actually set up the thing saying
Raul Albiol. Count on it.
of the after 90 minutes score.
Sloppy by Pau Torres. His indecision. Something that Chelsea were looking to exploit quickly.
Yep. Okay. I'm just setting the tab up just in case we do have to go to it. I'm kind of hoping we don't, but
Sure, in a few weeks' time, all these players on the field will be that much sharper.
Stupinan with the throw in now for Villarreal as we now are about to enter the 90th minute.
In some cases, a
And just a bit of miscommunication there from Villarreal.
America and South America.
Villarreal now potentially on a counter-attack here. But it will get shut down. No, it won't. Still going. Oh, it's a big tackle by Marcus Alonso, and that's probably going to be a yellow card. But it's been played quickly now for Villarreal,
Eager to go on with the game as well.
as we're now going to figure out how many added minutes they're going to be for the 90.
Is there still time for one last opportunity?
4 minutes of added time now, and the pass goes begging into the box of Villarreal, and it gets cleared away. So now 4 additional minutes.
One last push from Villarreal. Urged on by their coach.
Can there be a last-minute winner?
You picture them. Foyt showing his adaptability yet again in the centre of midfield.
So Villarreal now it's whipping over the top here. Does find ahead of it. I feel Villarreal are going to have all the control now for the 4 minutes. So I believe probably the best thing for Chelsea at the moment, since they're being pumped, is just hold on basically, and then try to win in extra time.
Mario Gasper.
Villarreal. Trying to get a through ball in, but it's just not working. And Chelsea just been looking ball chasing. Now Villarreal still with the ball.
Voicing their irritation, expecting a little bit better from their team. Edgy and nervous as Villarreal.
Still 2.5 minutes now till full time. And whipped over the top, and it's saved by Mendy. So they're trying to just shut down this momentum.
Really nullified Chelsea. They've made the game much more equal. In fact, they've shaded the second half. They've stopped the left-hand side attacking contribution.
So Chelsea now, just go for it, Chelsea. I mean, you've got nothing to lose at the moment.
Down this right-hand side. And if anything, the
As there's now 2 minutes remaining in this game. Until, of course, extra time.
they were expecting fresh legs, but I didn't think they gave them a fresh impetus in terms of their general play.
And it's a through ball there, but it's been blocked off. Alonso now. Chelsea in the 18-yard box. Pulisic runs outside of it. Tries to get a shot off, and it's blocked by Chelsea. It will be offside. Why didn't Pulisic just have a shot?
Had drifted offside anyway.
Good pressure there. There's really good pressure there from Villarreal.
Good play by the back line of Villarreal, holding the line.
And Chelsea and Villarreal now holding on to time. They want this to go to extra time.
Chelsea start against Crystal Palace in a couple of days' time in England. Patrick Vieira, the new manager, the famous French midfielder.
So a minute to go now. Can a miracle happen? Chelsea now with possession. 50 seconds remaining.
Rudiger. Jorginho.
This is probably going to be the last chance for Chelsea in this passage of play. Kovacic. Now to Rudiger. Goes over the top of Marco Alonso. He goes for a shot! And it hits the side netting. Big chance there to potentially win it, but they appreciate going for it. So it'll be the goal kick, and then the full-time whistle will sound, meaning that will... And there it is. It's full-time, but there is still not a winner decided. So it is going to go down to extra time. So just going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the extra time. Right, so we're back again, and it's after 90 minutes. It's separated at 1-1. Now we go to extra time, but there will be a sub. The number 22 of Mandy will come on. This will be the sixth substitute made in this match. It's Pino will come off. So we are looking at another 30 minutes. And there's the kickoff. I just realised we probably need to shrink this a little bit.
This is an area where they've been before, of course, having won the UEFA Europa League by virtue of a penalty shootout after a 1-1 draw against Manchester United. Premier League
No, you rub it in. Okay, just sizing this up.
in Spain last season, but who saved their best for the Europa League.
There we are. So now Villarreal now currently have possession of the ball. Villarreal are running that way. Going screen left.
The quarterfinal and thumping win over Dinamo Kiev in the round of 16.
So you got to think here, from the last bit of thing of the half, Chelsea had the momentum now. Oh, it's a big challenge there, and it's going to be not a free kick to play on now. Villarreal with the ball. So it'll be interesting to see when will Chelsea make their sixth sub. Whipping there to Villarreal, but it just goes straight to the hands of Mendy. Very simple. So 15 minutes of two 15-minute halves, and if it's still not decided by then we go to penalties.
World Cup of 2014 and also the African Cup of Nations, which they won in 2019.
So Chelsea now with the ball,
Interesting signing for Villarreal.
as that is Chalobah. Given to Azpilicueta.
Leader at the end of last season, they were better placed than Villarreal. Have got the attraction of
I think Villarreal just went for a shot for from halfway to lob the keeper of Mendy, but goes nowhere near it. It will be
European Conference, the playoff
a
round of the
goal kick to Chelsea.
European Conference.
And now Chelsea now with the ball.
Well, that is Sociedad filling the Europa League positions. That's been a good
So
chance.
Chelsea now just currently maintain possession, doing the same thing that they did in the first half.
For the Champions League along with Villarreal.
There'll be some tired legs out now, and they must make sure that they make the ball.
In terms of a thinking, I think you probably might need to change off probably some of the attackers, maybe, or even like maybe Rudiger, maybe.
Chelsea will
But the question is, I was like, who do you bring on? I think Tammy Abraham might come on, or maybe Thiago Silva.
wait for a break.
Never know. Now Chelsea now, as we enter the 93rd minute, 3 minutes into extra time. There's a whip in there. It takes a big block there by Villarreal, so it's going to be a corner now for Chelsea. This is going to be forever. This is going to take forever. So Alonso now getting to the ball.
Marcus Alonso to deliver.
It's whipped in. Takes a head there. Jorginho will meet it. But it will get picked up by Villarreal.
Villarreal, who was heading that ball away.
Villarreal will draw the throw in.
The real rough
Still dead, really deep inside of their own half, however.
Emery, who had a time in the Premier League with Arsenal,
Oh, Reggie, what's happening, man?
his London rivals.
Game's still going. It's
In charge after Arsene Wenger stepped
it
down,
do be going for a while. So now
replaced by another Basque, Mikel Arteta.
Chelsea now maintaining the defence at the moment.
Defeats in his time with Sevilla. Actually joined Paris Saint-Germain before the third appearance in the Super
Gonna
Cup.
try to get pass off to Alonso.
Is Azpilicueta.
Alonso's a pass inside. Another whip in there, but it's going to go out for
Way off Pau Torres.
It's going to go for a corner. The second corner for Chelsea now in this extra time period. Whipped in, but it's going to be right to the hands of Asenio, the keeper for Villarreal. No, not much pressure on him at all. Big clearance there by the keeper. Chalobah now racing to the ball to get it for Chelsea. We'll send it over the top now to Alonso. So, 10 minutes now remaining in the first half of extra time. In all honesty, by the way this is looking, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes to penalties.
Recruitment's so important for a club of Villarreal's standing. Done well with Foyt, who has proved to be very adaptable.
So Villarreal now with the ball, taking it down to the side, but they take it back to the centre now, give it back to their defence.
Was sent off for the game against Marseille, as was the coach Unai Emery after incident involving.
So we're at 2 hours 30 now into streaming, so I'm just trying to realise, so we have another 25 minutes. So we're going to hit 3 hours. And Villarreal now inside of Chelsea's half now. They have pressed them back. Whipping over the top potentially. Villarreal still have it. And Villarreal now controlling possession, doing exactly what Chelsea were doing at the beginning of this extra time.
In Italy before he returned to Spain, he was at Napoli.
Now Villarreal.
Estupiñán.
Estupida with a whip in. Take it right in the hands of Mendy.
Having made the surge forward for Villarreal.
Now Chelsea. Now doing the same thing and just passing it around. Fuck, sake, do something. Fuck me. Jorginho with a whip over the top here. Almost goes well, but it will fall into the hands of Asenio as we are now about to approach about halfway through the first half of extra time. Villarreal now with an attack. That was out. That went out. That was no way that was kept in.
Chelsea technical area complaining.
Jorginho now.
Jorginho.
Where are you watching it? I'm watching it on Stan Sport.
Deep at times, it comes deep to collect the ball where really his strength is to run deep all way to try and get beyond defenders with that electric run of his.
7 minutes remaining now until added time, but I doubt there'll be added time unless someone gets injured. Chalobah now. Just maintaining it now for Chelsea. Now Kovacic now. They're inside of Villarreal's half.
Croatian squad beaten by Spain in the European Championship. Late Euro 2020.
It's whipping over the top here. Chelsea with the control. The turnaround. Havertz. It's a shot. Oh! Pulisic comes in from the running ball. Toe pokes it, but just sends it wide. And that could have very well made it 2-1 for Chelsea. Havertz tried to control it. Pulisic runs in, toe pokes it, but sends it wide. Very close to making it 2-1.
Player of his quality should score. Should score.
Real frustration.
What the fuck? The commentators think, oh, he should have scored there. How? He's got running all the fucking momentum. He hasn't got time to fucking think of composure. What the fuck you on about, mate?
States international who made his debut in the Bundesliga in Germany at the age of just 17.
Chelsea now. Pulisic.
Aspilicueta available. Pulisic delayed his pass.
Tremendous challenge. I think it was.
So it's a throw into Chelsea. Deep inside of Villarreal's half now. I think Villarreal probably just need to hang on until that half-time whistle sounds. Pulisic.
He was tripped by Estupiñán. Came back to his feet to look for Aspilicueta, who had
And it's going to be an offside call there, so Villarreal will get the free kick.
Not many more theatrical.
So now 4 minutes remaining until the end of the first half of extra time.
By Emery.
And now Villarreal will just basically control the ball with the momentum.
Areas, some of his players at times. He's quite incredible.
Well, I think Abraham will probably come on like the second half of extra time.
Season after season. And yet just couldn't quite
Now Mendy with the ball now. Chelsea give it back to their defence and try to set control there.
150 games in charge in Europe. The second leg of the semi-final of the Europa League last season against Arsenal. His former club. One of his
And now Stan Sport is now not paused.
Spartak Moscow, Valencia.
The streamers have been a little bit shaky for Stan Sport. It is like their first proper game that they have covered.
UEFA Europa League with Sevilla before his success with Villarreal at the end of last season.
Whip it over the top here. Alonso.
Here's Chalobah.
Chelsea again with attack now. Jorginho. Oh, it's a big call there. But the referee saying that it was not a foul on Aspilicueta. The VAR will be having a look. Aspilicueta looks like he was dragged down.
Will be as well whether or not Alonso was offside initially. The check is over. Check complete.
So check and play, and it's all good. I believe Alonso may have been offside. So now 2 minutes remaining until the end of the first half for extra time.
Boots will travel. It was with Watford who returned to the Premier League for
And there's the kick there by the Villarreal for the goal kick.
those who Watford's owners have
It's a
taken
ball over the top there for Villarreal, but it does fall in the hands of Mendy.
incredibly, one could say, successful recruitment policy at Watford, the English club. A lot of players don't stay long, but they seem to emerge in other climes, doing well.
Dorian who
Chelsea now with maintaining possession here, probably going to hold on to maybe one last chance for this first half.
from Watford were Granada, Almeria, Mallorca, and Osasuna's almost a full set.
Jorginho goes back now to the defence now.
Bring Abrahams on. Give them a bit of height.
So it looks like Tammy Abraham will be coming on over the top here for Chelsea, but it'll be dived on by the Villarreal keeper.
Substitute available now to Thomas Tuchel.
So
Final change.
now entering the final minute of the added time of extra time.
Scored Chelsea's goal. Cancelled out by Gerard Moreno.
An incredible irony. Abrahams does come on. If he's able to get a goal and then fly off to Italy soon to go and play at Roma, it would be an incredible ending.
Oh really? Tammy Abraham's going to Roma.
Has been done before. Pedro scored his final goal for Barcelona.
Chelsea's still going now. They've got 30 seconds remaining until, if there will be added time.
And history will repeat himself if Tammy Abraham comes off the bench for Chelsea.
Jorginho.
Kovacic.
Kovacic. Back to Jorginho.
Super Cup. Sevilla in front. Barcelona racing into a 4-1 lead. A wonderful free kick from Lionel Messi, but
Ball over the top now.
showing their resolve, pulling it
Yeah, it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea, but this 105 is up. And there it is. There is the end of the first half of extra time. So then after this will be 15 minutes of the second half, and it does look like Tammy Abraham will come on. And then if nothing happens after that, then it goes to penalties. And then I'll immediately end it because I want this stream to be over. So I'm trying to figure out, has the actual signing happened for Chelsea? Well, Messi's officially joined PSG. Apparently, Inter Milan might be fucking going under, apparently. Just currently looking at a few things at the moment. Okay, so we might be coming back now for the second half of extra time, the last 15 minutes of football before we go to penalties. So it'll be Chelsea that will kick off. And they'll be running screen left. So now the final 15 minutes. So it comes down to this: if a goal is not scored in this extra time, we go to penalties. And there's the kickoff. We are underway for the final half of extra time. Tammy Abraham has still not come onto the field yet, which is a very interesting decision. Probably might wait till like the last couple of minutes. So now Chelsea now. Jorginho. Ball over the top here. Azpilicueta with the control. Still keeps it in play, but Villarreal do have it. But will force it out. It'll be a throw into Chelsea. If Chelsea just controls the momentum. If they can get a goal, it should be... shouldn't be that hard of an ask for them. Pass down the line now for Chelsea. So whip in. Good morning, Moisley. How we doing? So the keeper now for Villarreal has gotten the ball from that whip in, and now Villarreal will now control possession. Villarreal now. Wanted to charge. They're gonna play it on, but the referees, they're saying the advantage, but the referee has not looked at the sideline official. was waving for the flag to go to saying there was a foul on a Chelsea player, but the referee played advantage, thinking that there was an advantage for a foul on Villarreal, but no. So Chelsea do get the ball back as we're now 2 minutes gone, 13 minutes remaining until full time.
Duration of the game so far. Forward by Pulisic.
It's a shot off! What a... Oh, I need to be careful. That was loud. Sorry about that. So there was a shot there, but a big save there by Asenio. The ball did fall for him. He got a shot off and a big save by Asenio. So it's going to be a corner now for Chelsea.
Well strung. And a fine save.
Big chance there for Chelsea to take the lead.
Excellent struck by Sergio Aseno. It was Geronimo Rulli who was very
So now here's the whip in now for Alonso.
in by Marcus Alonso.
It's fallen down in the box, but it's going to be the shot. But it's going to be cleared away, and Chelsea will get the ball back.
Villarreal with everybody back. Happy to
So Chelsea now with the momentum.
absorb Chelsea's pressure just as they were at the start of the game. Different story after half-time when Villarreal were in the ascendancy and created more and were rewarded with an equalising goal for Gerard Moreno.
Chelsea now trying to get a go. Alonso
Alonso.
gives it off to Chalobah.
Azpilicueta.
Now Azpilicueta, back to Chalobah. Then back to Azpilicueta, now back to Chalobah.
Takes a tumble.
Good refereeing.
And Villarreal now continuing with the ball. They're now in their defence. They're being pressed at the moment by Chelsea. It'll be kicked back to their goalkeeper.
Now Torres. Astutian will give chase, but Chalobah
And that's a clap from behind there, so it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea right on the other side of the field.
Well, he's had a decent game, this Chalobah. See what Chelsea's plans are for the young player. My feeling is that he's not going to...
What I might do is that due to the this is like a little bit earlier, so for the penalties, what I'm going to do is I might actually just remove it.
To get a regular place. Sold 3 centre-backs, young
Maybe or not for the penalty shootout if it does come to that.
All left Chelsea this summer, all part of their football factory. Signed a lot of players
So we're now down to the final 10 minutes of this game.
to transfer. They've got very good young players left to go.
It's a throw in now for Villarreal, deep inside of their own half.
There's certainly a boy called Livramento who's gone to Southampton, an outstanding fullback. So they have been moving players, they have been making money, and obviously that money's going to be spent on the new centre forward, Lukaku.
expected to sign tomorrow, though Thomas Tuchel wouldn't be drawn when he met the media yesterday ahead of the Super Cup.
So Chelsea now with the ball, continuing. Sorry, I'm just fucking tired. Like this game's gone for fucking ages. So throwing out to Chelsea, deep inside of Villarreal's half. We now enter the final 10 minutes. Or we are in the final 10 minutes.
30 players Chelsea have either loaned out or sold this summer, making in over £60 million in sterling.
Whipping over the top, but it's going to be headed away there by Villarreal. It's another throw into Chelsea. Chelsea just need to control the tempo of the ball here. It'll guarantee that Villarreal won't score, but it also won't guarantee if Chelsea will score.
Villarreal are still very compact. Once the ball passes one defender, there's another one ready to intercept. No question, they work hard under...
Some good play now from Chelsea.
Kovacic,
Alonso
Alonso,
gives it off to Kovacic, but the shot gets blocked by Villarreal. And our Chelsea's defence will get the ball again. Interesting on how, when are they going to bring on Tammy Abraham if they do, because Chelsea do have a sub.
Chalobah,
So Chalobah now running down to the far side. Now Jorginho. Gives it off to Rudiger. Chelsea just still controlling the ball. Over the top here, but it's going to go straight into the hands of Villarreal's keeper. And we're now 8 minutes remaining until full time and going to penalties. Pass down the line there from Villarreal, but it will fall to a Chelsea player. Pulisic. Chelsea now to Alonso. Alonso with a shot, but it goes sky high. He should have just whipped it in, unfortunately. And it's going to be a goal kick to Villarreal.
He decides to play right, wide, gives them time to get back, 7 players in the box as Alonso shoots over the bar.
7 minutes now remaining in this game.
Well, Chelsea were the favourites, there's no question about that for tonight's game.
Tells a story. Support is far happier. Chelsea kept the pass. 1-4. Wins the park with their pass for this one.
Chelsea now getting a throw in now inside of their own half from that goal kick. Now Chelsea, I'm fucking bored as well. Come on, it's like as soon as they find out who wins, I've just probably just ended for the penalties. Now Chalobah, Chelsea now just trying to find the one pass in.
Tackled there by Gerard Moreno, the goal scorer with the red boots there. He's worked really
And that ball will go out, so it's a throw into Chelsea, still deep inside of Villarreal's half. Probably Villarreal probably wanting penalties.
together. Very little space between any of the back defenders.
I mean, that's how they won the Europa League, was by penalties. As per Laqueta. And it's a whip in. No one getting their foot onto it, and it will go straight into the hands of Asenio.
Mopping his brow.
Trying to figure out if Chelsea will make the 6th sub. And like, what will they do with it? This entire half, it's just been all Chelsea with the ball. And it's going to be a free kick there to Chelsea as Mason Mount gets fouled.
Takes a tumble and Chelsea get the free kick.
As we now enter the final 5 minutes of this game.
This Chelsea team unrecognisable from the one that won the UEFA Europa League just a couple of seasons ago. So Giroud and Pedro Hazard. The coach, Maurizio Sarri, was in charge. And
Chelsea still playing with the ball around their defence.
one season, Frank Lampard came in.
Azpilicueta.
Thomas Tuchel took Chelsea to a Champions League.
Pass off. It's come off a defensive play. Still onside. Let's whip it over the top. And it's going to be batted away. And it's not going to be a corner. It's going to be a free kick for an offside against Chelsea.
Also, but there was an offside flag as well.
So now we're entering the final 4 minutes. This is basically just me counting down until we go, right, we're going to penalties.
To Thomas Tuchel. To return to a potential penalty taker. Tammy Abraham missed in the shootout
And they're at Chelsea.
in the Super Cup in
False ball now. Now Villarreal have a throw in deep in Chelsea's half now.
Istanbul.
And it looks like Villarreal are chewing down the clock.
Jorginho was one for Mason Mount and Emerson had all scored.
And that's going to be a free kick to Villarreal. Will there be a sub for Chelsea?
Well, Kepa is getting ready.
Hang on, it looks like Kepa for Chelsea is getting ready. It looks like there might be the sub might be for Kepa. A fresh keeper in for the penalties if it does happen, as there's now 3 minutes remaining until that. It's a whip in here for Villarreal for a free kick, but it was an offside anyways. Yeah, they're way offside.
Scored the goal that defeated Manchester United.
Put them in front against Manchester United. Went to a penalty shootout after a 1-1 draw.
So Chelsea now. Because there might not be any need to get a shot off. Oh, it was a win there by Chelsea, but the ball will just go running away to Asenio. And now with 2 minutes remaining until it will be a penalty shootout. Chelsea are planning to sub on Kepa. But Chelsea now on a counter attack. That's a purpose foul. It's going to be a yellow card now to Villarreal. It's a yellow to the number 17 of Daniel Rabah. One of the 6 substitutes for Villarreal. And here we go. So Kepa will come onto the field to replace Mendy. It's a big tactic, you know, being a fresh keeper in for the penalties. Is this pre-season? It's pretty much. It's basically the team that won the Champions League versus whoever won the Europa League, basically playing for like some Super Cup thing. The actual season for the Premier League does start in a couple of days. So it's kind of now to whip over the top here for Chelsea. Can they get the shot in? But Villarreal will save it. Now Villarreal, can they get on a counter attack here with 40 seconds remaining? But that's a big tackle there by Chelsea. And Chelsea have kept it in here. There's 30 seconds remaining until it will go to penalties. This is the last chance now. Jorginho. To Azpilicueta. Now Havertz. Azpilicueta whips it in. Is there a header? But no, it's going to be a free. It's going to be a free kick to Villarreal, and that should be it. Is it on KO? No, this is on Stan Sport. It's like the first time like Stan Sport have signed it. So there's 1 minute of added time. So there's the kick there by the keeper for Villarreal. There's now 30 seconds remaining. And that's going to be a throw in now to Chelsea. Yeah, it looks like Villarreal just knocking the ball out because they want this to go to penalties. I'm in lockdown, yeah, same, bro. There it is. Full time. It has stayed 1-1, so it's going to penalties. It's a penalty shootout to decide who will win the UEFA Super Cup. So after 120 minutes of play, it goes to penalties. So, Chelsea have already made a substitute of their keeper, putting in their fresh keeper of Kepa Arrizabalaga.
volunteers, and that possibly replicate penalty kicking in training where there's no crowd. There's a crowd and there's pressure. It's a cup and soda.
So,
Super Cup in this case, £5 million to the winners, £3 million to the losers.
£5 million to the winners. I mean, for like a club like Chelsea, that's like a drop of the bucket.
Paris Saint-Germain yesterday and signed for 25.
You're streaming Storm Raiders tonight? Ah, yes, I will be.
I've enjoyed watching the Villarreal side. I think they're very organised, very determined. Chelsea talented, haven't quite been able to make the breakthrough. They're going to be a big challenger in the top four this year. There's no question. Manchester United, Manchester City, and Liverpool in England are going to be
How long is the break? It shouldn't be that long.
fascinating.
I think it's like in a few minutes I'll go over and because I know there's a coin toss to decide which end it will be on.
It's a nerve-wracking time. I think Chalobah, straight in front there of the manager Tuchel, will be relatively happy with his performance tonight. Whereas the fullback James was
So do a so there is one end where it has got Villarreal supporters and the other end has Chelsea fans. So
Kante, of course, is irreplaceable. They're going to get a strong centre forward as well.
we're getting closer.
Penalty shootouts are always fascinating, particularly if the officials are eagle-eyed. Often the goalkeepers move,
So it's a coin toss now.
often the kicker hesitates in his run-up and tries to make the goalkeeper move first, and then play the ball cleverly in the other side of the goal. And of course, there's always the
So the coin toss now. They're deciding which end it will be at.
down the middle and hoping that the goalkeeper has
It'll be down the Villarreal end.
towards one of the posts. Toss ties. Once for the choice of ends, once for
Who wins the coin toss? It was Villarreal who won the coin toss. So I think they do two coin tosses. The first one decides which end it will be at, and then the second one is who decides who will go first. So if it's like, so Chelsea won the second one. I think they may have decided they go first. I'm not too sure. So here we go, penalty shootout. So by the way it's looking, Chelsea will take the first penalty kick. Chelsea will take the first kick.
good camaraderie between the two goalkeepers. That was a heavy transfer deal, and he joined Chelsea. Hasn't quite lived up to the big deal that was given.
So the first kick taker for Chelsea.
Field attention.
Remember, they're going to be eagle-eyed to make sure the keeper's foot stays on the line, because that has become a thing. It's number 29. It is Havertz. And it's a save. It's the first penalty has been missed by... It's not missed, it was saved by Chelsea. By Villarreal.
They rather telegraphed it at a nice height. It's a poor penalty. The swing of the left
Well, it's kind of hard taking a penalty when, like, yeah, it's like it's such a weird thing. It's like it's usually always the team that fucking whichever end they choose. It's usually they always win it usually. So Gerard Moreno now will take the first penalty for Villarreal. This to make it a 1-0 lead. And he gets it. It's after the first kicks, it's 1-0 to Villarreal. Azpilicueta now will take the second kick for Chelsea. And it's in. Brilliant take. Brilliant take there by Azpilicueta. It was guessed right, however, by Asenio. But it's 1-1. So this is the second kick now for Chelsea, for Villarreal. Number 22, it's Mandy. Saved! It is saved by Kepa. It's 1-1. So after 2 kicks each, it's 1-1. And now this will be the third kicker. This is Marco Alonso for Chelsea. And that's a brilliant take there by Marcus Alonso. It did look like he slipped down, but it did go through. I think it was a little bit later, so it's 2-1 now to Chelsea. Sends Asenio the wrong way. Now, this is the third kick for Villarreal. Estupinan. Brilliant take. As calmly as you like. Sends him the wrong way. And now it's 2-2. So it actually is not even showing up, so I'll just say, so it's 2-2 after 3 kicks by both teams. Now Mason Mount for Chelsea. Brilliant composure there. It's now 3-2 after 4 kicks. Now the pressure is on Villarreal. If Villarreal miss or it's saved, then it's advantage Chelsea.
Pressure back on Villarreal. Roy Gomez.
Number 23 is Gomez to take the 4th penalty kick for Villarreal. And he just creeps it under. He just creeps it under, but it goes in under Azagabalaga. So it's 3-3. So after 4 kicks, it stays 3-3. They'll go 3-3.
One of those who would have approved of Kepa's heroics. 3-3.
And now it's Jorginho for Chelsea.
Jorginho. So reliable from the penalty spot. Scored in the Super Cup showdown in 2019.
Oh, brilliant take. And Jorginho shushes them. I was about to say, he's like, oh, he's usually composed with these penalties. I was like, oh, they've fucking jinxed him. But there it is. 4-3. That was the 5th kick for Chelsea. Now, if Villarreal do not score this last penalty, Chelsea win. If Villarreal score, it goes to sudden death.
A sudden death situation. Huge moment for Dani Raba.
Rubber now to take the kick. He takes it. It's 5-5. There were 4-4. Sorry. So so it keeps going. It now goes to sudden death.
Came off the bench to score against Manchester United. Villarreal on that occasion scored all 11 penalties.
Now number 10 for Chelsea. It's Pulisic.
Penalty number 6. Christian Pulisic.
And Pulisic nails it. Brilliant kick there. So again, advantage Chelsea. If Villarreal score, we keep going. If Villarreal miss or it's saved, Chelsea win. As a Chelsea fans champ, we know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe, we know what we are. So Villarreal now. Number 8. It's Foyth.
Has to score.
And he scores. 5-5. So we keep going.
Thought he wasn't involved in the shootout against Manchester United. Antonio.
And now it's the number 2. It's Rudiger for Chelsea. And Rudiger scores. Keeper rooted to the spot.
6 out of 7 for Chelsea.
So now again, for the 3rd time this shootout, advantage Chelsea. And now again, if Villarreal miss, Chelsea win.
The tension now is almost unbearable.
Now it's number 3, it's Albiol,
Raul Albiol,
the captain for Villarreal.
one of the most experienced campaigners in European football, the former Spanish international. Spaniard against Spaniard.
And it's saved! Chelsea have won the Super Cup. Guess the right way. And they celebrate right in front of the Villarreal fans that were at that corner. So Kepa with the save, the fresh keeper, and Chelsea have won the UEFA Super Cup for 2021. Brilliant save there, and that's the end of it after 3 hours and 14 minutes of this stream. Chelsea win the Super Cup. I'll be streaming later tonight for the NRL for the Storm Raiders game. Until then, I'm going to go to sleep. Goodbye.